it comes to marketing strategy, what is the biggest misconception that founders and CEOs that you've worked with have when it comes to strategy?
That everything is going to work. Uh, it doesn't always work. We kind of go into a relationship and we say, like, look, if you're batting 300, if you're into baseball, you're batting 300, you're a Hall of Famer. And so it's about laying out a strategy, what we think might work or what you think might work. Usually it doesn't. So let's lay out the strategy. Let's give it time. Let's see what happens and let the data tell the story. And if the data supports what you're saying, then we'll double down on that. But a lot of times we'll ABC test something, and the one that we think or the one that they think is going to be the home run is it's the worst out of the data set. And so you have to be mindful of that, and you have to be willing and open, and you have to have a level of trust. I think that's really important with your clients that you build up. One of the biggest things for me, our first client that moved with me from my agency, from my previous agency, when I started this, we started with one client. They're still our client, and he's probably one of my best friends in the world. And I mean, my wife and I had dinner with him and his wife 2 weekends ago. So, that to me is the most important part. Like, as you build trust, it's a really awesome thing to be able to have those relationships where that takes precedence over everything. And when you're laying out the strategy, it might not be the one that works, or it might partly work, or it might not work at all. But to be able to have the patience to say, okay, like, this is how we're going to pivot, and for them to trust you and your team for that is amazing.